Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. In all the years of doing this update, the one thing we have never been here at the Titus Podcast is canceled. You know why? Because we're not douchebags. This is Matt Gaetz. This is Bob's proud big boy and winner of a Who Has the Head the Size of a Tankless Water Heater competition, Matt Gaetz. Now, Matt Gaetz is a representative who was elected in Florida's 1st District. Yeah, that's the swampy part of Florida where even alligators are considered libtards. He was elected in a landslide in a district where 70% of the people vote Republican no matter what. I'm not saying Matt's a con man who doesn't have the sack to run for an election in a place where people vote for anyone other than Boss Hogg or Buford T. Justice or Larry the Cable Guy. I mean, why state an obvious truth? Matt has also been busted for drunk driving. In 2008, he got a DUI after leaving a bar called, and I'm not kidding, The Swamp. Yeah, the swamp was drained directly into the back of a police car. And Matt hates cancel culture. And what is cancel culture? Well, it seems that people who say and do heinous things that in a normal society bump up against the criminal, or like racism or sexual assault, wearing a gas mask while a deadly virus is killing people, trying to stop black voters from voting, or just plain being a raging douchebag.
Black people in the streets that are getting killed. And if one of them happens to be your kid, I'm concerned about him too. And clearly I'm more concerned about him than you are.
You should take those words down.
When people who do these things get in trouble for it, for doing something horrible, and they lose their job, or they get banned from Twitter or Facebook, or are just plain Nazis who think that 6 million Jews dead wasn't quite enough, when these people do these things that anyone in a normal society would react to as, wow, that guy's an anal polyp, they claim they get canceled. Personally, I call it facing consequences. Two impeachments. Now, Matt Gaetz has complained about cancel culture repeatedly. In fact, recently he tweeted, impeachment is the zenith of cancel culture. Yes, Matt, but treason is the zenith of a crime punishable by death. And drunk driving is the zenith of alcoholism. See last week's Armageddon Update for more info. Now, to be clear, there is no such thing as cancel culture. Got it? It is a bullshit phrase invented by people whose parents gave them way too many participation trophies for losing. It's an excuse for spoiled brats and narcissists who never got smacked in the back of the head for smarting off to an adult, or punched in the face in a bar fight for saying the wrong thing about somebody's wife's sweater puppies. You can compliment a boob job, guys, but you gotta do it medically. These are creeps who were never stopped from doing what they want when they want. Cancel culture is an excuse for people who can't and won't take responsibility for being a raging piece of human garbage. And we are a nation of laws, yes. And the First Amendment gives you the legal right to say what you want, but it doesn't give you the moral right. See, that's where you get in trouble, because normal, good, caring people know the difference between right and wrong. And when you are a racist, a sexist, a liar, a misogynist, when you talk shit about disabled people, if you are transphobic or hate anyone not the same color as you, most of us just don't want your pathetic, lying, hateful ass around. You're not canceled. You're just not invited to the decent society we are trying to rebuild after 4 years of a diseased orange fucking rodeo clown. The funny thing about Matt Gaetz, though, hating cancel culture, is that last week Matt Gaetz went to Wyoming to attack a political rival, Liz Cheney. He isn't from Wyoming. He has no business in Wyoming. He actually traveled from Florida to Wyoming to campaign against someone he isn't running against.
This is my first time in Wyoming. I've been here for about an hour.
Matt Gaetz, who hates cancel culture, actually got on a plane and earned frequent cancel culture miles for himself. Oh, and when I say Liz Cheney is a rival, I don't mean she's a Democrat. She's a Republican, like Matt. She's a rival of Matt Gaetz because she has integrity. The integrity of her convictions, and she tells the truth. And if you do that, if you stick to what you believe, you don't lie, and you treat people with respect, you can't get canceled. But if you're a hypocrite, liar, racist, misogynist, homophobic, or just hate for no reason, you're probably a Republican in Congress in 2021. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God, I hope that doesn't get me canceled. Kill Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi?
What is wrong with you
I
today?
can't speak today. Oh, I can't speak good.
Uh-oh.
What?
Is one side of the face?
You guys both got that thing like I'm about to be racist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not racist, and I'm not going to be racist. Stop it.
I got uncomfortable.
They put together. They use everybody saying the word fight. And if you've said the word fight in 10 years, it made
that
the
was
video.
really embarrassing.
They have had Brad Pitt, the first rule of Fight Club, and they just
And they have Beastie Boys.
the Beastie Boys. Yeah, fight. The rest is for your right to party.
For the right to party, right, exactly.
So, and they made this video that was just so, and it went on for 12 minutes.
Yes.
And just because people use a word, it's all about context. He actually, okay, so I can connect. You can't connect Nancy Pelosi saying, Pelosi.
Oh,
Wow, God.
Do you smell almonds?
Is John
Yes,
right?
Nancy Pelosi. You cannot say Nancy Pelosi saying fight for your rights as American citizens. You cannot compare that to a man who lost an election standing at the podium saying go down the street and fight or you'll lose your country. That connects it purely. I need to speak like this all the time because
I
it's
like
much
this.
clearer.
It gets nice and sharpened.
It's sharp,
Yeah.
and I know what I'm saying.
Yes, and I sit up. I want to sit up and
Yeah, right.
proper.
You sound like intelligent.
Right.
I'm not slouching right now. Oh.
Yeah.
Are you intelligent? No, but I can do accents.
You have really
dear.
upped the class level at this table.
Everything's, I do declare.
Yeah. Wow.
Forsooth.
You think about
I need to do this now with my pinky.
play people that used to talk like that, and then you play your daughter who is like literally,
and my son too.
literally like, oh my God. And you hear that word 10 times in every, you can't say literally.
I will say
Like
this.
literally,
Literally,
it's not,
literally,
doesn't
literally.
work.
I will say this. My son, at least, he loves English, so he does speak clearly. He's pretty
Yes.
clear. But my daughter has gone off the rails a bit. But she's a kid. It'll come
Like,
around.
So like totally like
She has
literally
gone off the
come
rails.
around.
And you know what life is? Life is me.
Like you
Yeah.
hate
It's like a
me
new
'cause
Valley
you
Girl.
hate me.
You hate me because you ain't me. Wow. Yeah, that was a tweet. Yeah, sometimes as a parent, you just go, oh boy, did I fuck up. This is evidence of a huge mistake.
Every parent has thought
Every
that.
parent says
You're
that.
not there yet, right? Although
No.
Wyatt,
No.
He's
You
so
haven't
far so
hit
good.
12 years old yet.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
feel like
have
that's the
some
turning
moments
point.
at
12 to
12
15
where
are
you
like,
think
wow.
that
Yeah.
you have raised an utter moron.
Right.
You're
Right.
going to be so confused how that sweet, smart seeming kid turned into this idiot.
We had a moment where he came in, and I forget you. It was after your week off, after a vacation, and you were like, "I just told him pick it up." He's like,
Oh
"Just
yeah,
pick it
that
up."
incident. Yeah, I felt bad about that.
Why?
He was like looking for something under his bed, to try to, and he wouldn't move things around. And I'm like, just pick it up and move it. And I, lost my temper.
But here, okay,
But that's as far as I went.
You don't,
and I felt bad about
but you
that.
don't need. We are so. Kindness is always better, but you weren't being unkind. You were
But-
just waking him up to the fact that
Yeah.
get off your ass and move it.
Yeah.
You just do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't just give up.
And then you find it.
Exactly, exactly.
Can't find
You
Okay.
can see, just lift it up.
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Okay.
Oh no! Here
Oh,
it comes.
here
Hold
comes
on.
the retort.
I need a seatbelt.
Don't yell ever.
Days ago-ish,
Oh,
he said, we don't have any turkey, like lunch meat stuff. And I said, yes, we do. Did you look? And he said, I just looked. And I said, I just bought some and
There's
we
just
already
cheese
had
in there.
some.
I
He
said-
said it's all cheese. He opens the drawer again, pulls out the turkey in this hand and starts going
Rifling through
through
the cheese.
cheese.
wow! The turkey's in my hand. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's 2 bags of turkey still in the
Yeah.
drawer with the cheese,
Yeah.
and he's holding
Yes.
the turkey.
I remember this. Yeah. It was morning. I had half a cup of coffee, but yeah, that happened.
It was
Just
the half a cup
saying
of
it
coffee.
may never get better because men don't have a uterus. You can't find things.
That's true. We're also different. There's a different level of smart that men have. I'm not even going to call it smart. I'm going to call it.
This is gonna gonna be good.
Right. By the way, she just watched me. He's bringing the backhoe in. Titus about to dig a hole. Everybody, can you bring the backhoe? No, just gather around.
The thing is, I think that women, we are so like that sentence is funny, and I think most women at home just laughed at the same time I did. But do go ahead, do go on.
Why do you like us then?
Well, that's a long answer, but I would love to hear what different level of smart men have.
Intelligence. Men are intelligent in a different way. We are. You guys are organizers. We are builders, attackers. We, full of
Pillagers,
rapers.
rapers.
Right. It's a different level of intelligence.
Different kind of building.
That's what I said. I'm not inaccurate.
We find things. We find things.
Find things, burn it down, take
Yeah.
it over,
We find
steal
it
it,
and
kill the people that were
steal
there
it.
first. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's our job. And we're still doing it right now. The GOP's currently doing it right now. They're trying to limit voting rights now because they
I like
can't.
that pivot. You just pivoted.
They can't. They can't figure out that if they
I could
just
hear
can't.
alarms going off in
Oh,
your
me
head,
too. God,
actually.
I was like, I do. I'm like, I don't want to be in this forest. This forest is scary. There's violence and there's at every
He
turn.
actually saved you
He
because
did.
you were
He
trying
said-
to be serious.
He was a dude.
Well, it's in the teens in Texas, I guess, is what made me think of that.
That's crazy. And people keep.
It was one at one of those days at the cabin.
Yeah, true.
And what I'm trying to say is,
And it was
we're
snowing
just
like
better.
cray. It was snowing like crazy.
It was snowing like crazy.
Texas, though, so people keep talking about how, oh, yeah, it's global warming. It's not global warming. It's called climate change. And they're saying because it's getting warmer on the poles now, all this cold air, which we used to stay higher, is now dropping down because it's not being pulled there anymore, however the jet stream works. And that's why, if you look did you see the picture of the center of the country all the way to it's crazy.
They're going to start blaming it on Biden for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely-
Whatever happens.
Oh, yeah. Biden gets elected.
See?
Look what happens. Look what happens. That's a
First,
good point.
we have to talk about to get there, they're going to have to get past the word warming and
Yeah.
feeling gloaty about it whenever we have a random
When
ice
it
or
gets-
snowstorm.
because it's cold out. How can it be global
Exactly.
warming?
And by them, I mean
Is that a
like,
jacket? Is that a jacket? Yeah, libtard.
global warming
It's
my
global
ass.
On my ass. That's a jacket.
It's going to get colder.
Are you
That's what
thermal?
Donald Trump said. He
Yeah.
still thinks.
Because of weather, like the change in the season.
Again, I say to
Oh.
you must read. You must read.
You must
it's
read.
very
If
important.
we could just, and also when someone will argue with me on Twitter or something, and and if I don't know it, I don't just spew an opinion. I go look it up. You know how long it takes to go click, clack, clack, and look up what they said?
Yep.
About 4 seconds.
Yep.
Then I read it, and then I go, okay, that was right or that was wrong.